is no pressure. It just makes sense then that they're just hoarding it.
The assumption there is that if the workers have more jobs, then they'll be able to tell their boss to go fuck themselves and demand a higher wage. And if they do that, then wages will translate into higher prices in consumer goods because companies will take that higher wage cost and put it straight into prices. Let's not talk about their profit share, which is often many multiples of their labor cost. They'll just translate it.
So that's the thing. What's the lever you can use? So to me, that's the only driver, right? If people start doing better, companies get used to it. It's like when they say, let's drop the corporate tax rate. Well, now that's the new high tax rate they've become accustomed to. So unless you drop it to zero, I mean, you almost foresee a point where they're like, look, we'll pay you to stay here. Don't worry about tax. We'll pay you. It's extortion. So how do you get a company, if a Walmart says, okay, I'm going to pay these guys more, but the only way I can make it up is I've got to jack prices up. Why is that $1 billion profit not in any way, that's the standard? What are the levers that can deal with that?
We can regulate prices directly. Right now, the Bank of England's governor, the Central Bank of England, has literally said that workers should try to ask for less wages to keep inflation down. So they're comfortable regulating the price of labor. They're saying the price of labor is too high, we should keep it low. But they will not regulate the profit margins of businesses directly. So that's one thing we could do. We could just say there's a level of profits beyond which we don't want to allow if it translates to higher prices.
It's been done historically, excess profit taxes and so forth.
They do a luxury tax in baseball. You pay too much money on the thing, there's a luxury tax. If you make too much money, there should be a luxury tax.
They have a handicap in golf.
You know, in Japan, their culture is very different, obviously, but there's a practice that's pretty effective and well known, and it's called jawboning. And the government can quite literally just sort of say something that is, in a sense, shaming companies for, even thinking about raising prices. They just go, you don't want to do that, we're watching you.
That depends on a culture that can be shamed. I'm not so sure we have that.
Well, we do have the full muscle of the American federal government in the event that change
That's
doesn't
my
work.
point. How the heck could they do $120 billion bond buys every month? How could they do quantitative easing? How could they do TARP and not have stipulations about?
We allow it.
Yeah.
You get the democracy we deserve, that kind of thing. But Lina Khan at the FTC, for example, is trying to start doing this. So I think connecting what we're talking about at the macroeconomic monetary level with that direct price market, that's the sweet spot. That micro antitrust with the macro full employment, public goods. That's the vision.
And using monetary policy as well as legislative impact, I think that was the part that I was trying to get to. We've got this giant weapon, and we only use it in one direction because we feel like politically, if the stock market goes down, it's devastating, and B, that they'll just leave. The corporations will just leave if we're not nicer to them.